Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 4 of our Let's Play on Life is Feudal. Now, today you've probably noticed that I've got some fancy things on me. What I've decided to do, and I understand it's a bit of a cheating method, but I have decided to give everybody a little starter kit who play on this server. I'll be able to differentiate who plays on it and who's already got a character established in this server. So, the starter kit is going to include a tabard, a hardened steel pickaxe, 80 refreshing preparations, which means getting your monument up, which we have by the way. You'll be able to get that up as well. You'll be granted 100 bones as well, and that's it, that's the starter kit. And as well as that, you also get a 1000 alignment bonus, which means you don't have to lose a lot of skills in this server to play on it, especially if you kill people. So, let's get into today's episode. What have we got on today? Well, seeing as how we've just got our monument, which is right here, as you can see, it's very nice. I can rename it. Let's rename it Feudal's Semi. Okie doke. So that's Feudal Semi right there. I understand that's a bit suggestive, but anyway. Today we are going to get some metal. Because we have our monument down, we now have protection. If we hold control and F4, we can toggle on our claim, and there you go. There's the boundary of our claim. Now, this is an MMO feature. See this white line? This is the realm claim. This is the town claim. Anything in the town claim on the MMO can be attacked and destroyed during Judgment Hour, but everything within the realm claim cannot be touched. It cannot be destroyed. However, I might change that up. In this server, I might make it so it went back to the old way, where everything can be destroyed, everything can be raided, everything can be taken. I've yet to test it though, so don't quote me if it's actually the same as the MMO. The white line does indicate the realm, and the green outside the white line indicates the town claim. And that is how that operates on the MMO, so I'm under the impression it'll operate like that today on the Life is Feudal you're on. So, let's stop babbling, let's get into making some metal. So, what do we need? We need charcoal. There we go, that's nice and open. Let's get 20, don't stack them whatever you do. In fact, we'll just take it all, right? And we'll put 20 in this furnace. And we'll put 20 in this furnace. Boom. Easy peasy. Right, now we need the iron. And the iron is right here. Let me just toggle off the claim. Let me attach a little spade. Primitive shovel. Let's keep our primitive, our hardened steel pickaxe on. That is actually the new skin for the hardened steel pickaxe. It is very pretty looking, isn't it? It's very pretty. The old hardened steel pickaxe looked quite rough around the edges. So let's use this to lower ground. Open our inventory, make sure we're getting 30 at a time. So that's 60. Get some out of this one. 20, 50, 80. 80 is good. 80 is a good number to work with. So let's drag across that 80. Let's drag across the 60, and we'll see if we can get a 20. So we have all the storage capacity filled out. So you notice how that's 30. Let's reduce that by 10. If it will let me. Aha, there we go. 10. And let's drop that 10 right now. Okay, open up that. And throw in the rest of the iron. Now fire it on. As you can hear it. Put it right up to 1500. And then we'll leave it right there. And we'll leave it to cook. Power that on. Now, tomorrow, which is Saturday, by the way, is Judgment Hour. So, every Saturday at 8 PM UK local time, there is a Judgment Hour that occurs for 2.5 hours. So, what is Judgment Hour for those guys who don't know what Judgment Hour actually is? It's essentially, you can run about, go into people's claims, steal, and you can kill without penalty. Usually, if you kill somebody when it's not Judgment Hour, your alignment will fall. Now, if you fall into negative alignment and you fall beyond negative 50, you are permanently marked as a bad person, a criminal, a murderer. You will not get past negative 50. You will not regain that back to 0. It will stay at negative 50 and it will continue to depreciate all the way down to negative 1000 if you keep attacking people. Now, if you die with negative alignment, in this game, if you die, you will lose skill points and it will take them out of specific skills. It's totally randomised, and the lower your alignment is, the more it takes away from you. So that is why I'm giving everybody 1000, because it's a good number to work with. This is a PvP primary server with PvE islands, so it only makes sense to give you guys an easy head start on your alignment. This is the maximum you can go to, so we're just going to keep it there. So, we're smelting. First thing we're going to need a new tool. Specifically, if I go into my branch here, create primitive tool, we need a primitive crucible and stick. So we need some stones to make this. So we'll use our hardened pickaxe because, you know what, I don't care. We could pick it up with a spade, but you know what, I like the pickaxe. If you could see it. Oh, never mind. We didn't see it. Never mind. It's okay. It's okay. We didn't need to see that anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to produce 2 of these. Because the reason why I'm going to produce 2 is because one of them is going to be quite well hammered when it comes to smelting. A lot of people, what they do early game is they turn the iron into ingots and then the ingots into lumps. That is what you can do in this game. You can refine metal to a big chunk into a smaller chunk and it will give you a lot for one. So from one ingot you'll get, I believe, 5 iron bars, or you'll get 40, or yeah, I think it's 40 or 20 lumps. I think that's it. I can't remember. I know it's 20 iron for 1 ingot. I know it's 4 iron for 1 bar, and it's 1 iron for 2 lumps. So you get 2 lumps from 1 piece of iron. So let's just double check. No, we don't want to rename it. Manage the furnace. So as you can see, just like our charcoal when we made in episode 3, we have a little heat signature right here, and as soon as it climbs to the top, it will be ready to go. Now, one thing I need to make for Judgment Hour is a training dummy. So we need to go into furniture, I believe it is, and we need to go to training dummy. So this is sorted alphabetically. There's the training dummy. It's relatively cheap. Let's build it. There, it's right there. Okie doke. So what is the main thing we need? So we need 20, 40, 80... 180 plant fibre is what we need. Right. See, whilst our furnaces cook up everything up, let's look for materials and let's look for plant fibre. Plant fibre is the main thing we need to make the dummy. And I don't think we got anything from that. There we go. As you can see, I've also sped up the basic gathering process. So now gathering plant fibre takes 0.5 seconds, which is super fast. Super duper fast. Okay, I want to gather a lot of stuff up here because this is a safe spot. Okay, give me that. And I want that as well. I want all the plant fibre. It's mostly plant fibre. This object actually is. It's essentially like packing. It's like a stuffed bear on a pole, essentially. That is the way I refer to it, or a stuffed person on a pole. So we need to keep gathering plant fibres. Every now and then, just check the furnace. Yep, they're halfway through. We'll be able to get metal soon. We've got some containers ready, just in case they are ready before the dummy. And what we can do as well with the metal, we can also build more advanced containers. So things such as barrels, which have 300 units of storage, or chests, which have 250. Now, Each container can take specific things. For example, a barrel can't take ingots. However, a chest can take ingots. So it takes into account the size of the item that you're putting into it. Which some people might like, some people might not like. It's aesthetics, to be quite honest. I like it, because it means you have to have certain types of containers for certain types of materials, certain types of items and stuff like that, and I like that. For the purpose of making this training dummy, we're not gonna split all these out. We're gonna have these all stacked, and it's gonna look horrible. So we've got 59, so we're pretty much we're roughly a third of the way through the process now. Okay, they're still sitting at halfway. Now, one thing to keep in mind, see we're at the halfway point, they will drop in temperature. Give it a little blow on those bellows, get it back up to 1500. Always keep it at 1500. That is the magic number you need to keep it at. Now, I didn't explain it with the charcoal, but you can actually make charcoal at the 100 or 1000 degrees. It's technically 100 degrees. So it's 150 degrees for them, but it just adds another 0 to be 1500 or 1000. But charcoal, you can make it with only using the bellows twice. You don't have to use them a lot to make charcoal. If you go to 1500 or 1250, it will make it quicker, but it will burn it quicker as well. So the kind of median point is 1000. So stick to 1000, and when you're making your iron, 1500. Always 1500. When you create a bloomery, which is a more advanced furnace, it's a bigger, better furnace, you can crank that all the way to 2000. Okay, we're not finding a lot of plant. Oh, there's some plant fibre down there. Need to get all this plant fibre. That as well, for you guys who played Life is Feudal Your Own, the old version, you could use the training dummy until you're level 100 on a combat skill. But because this is brought across the MMO data, you can only train on the training dummy to level 60. After that, you need to go out and pick some fights with people in order to advance beyond level 60. So if you want to be level 90, you either have to be punched, which is something I'll show you if one of my guys comes on. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that, if you're to be punched to level up those skills. Or the alternative is go out and pick fights with people, fight people, kill people, do it that way. That's the more fun route, but being punched is actually the faster route, and it can allow you to use more advanced weapons, more advanced combos as well, which is quite important in this game. If you have a combo that you like, for example, if I go into Swordsman, I believe it is, if I go to level 90, 1000 cuts, which is a right, left, right slashing motion. So essentially, you're just looking left, looking right, looking left, and it will do it in a rapid succession, and it does a lot of damage, especially to people who don't have armor on, or who have padded armor on, or leather armor. It won't do much damage to someone who's in plate or chain or scale, but it will certainly make those who don't wear armor or non-metallic armor, it'll make them into mincemeat. So it's always handy to use combos in this game, and you can learn them. They're fairly easy to learn. As soon as you go into your combat mode, it'll give you the directional keys, and it'll show you when you enable your combo, and you just have to follow suit on the motion of what you swing. Right, so iron's almost ready. It's just needing a little bit of a push to actually be ready to smelt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly attach my crucible and stick, because these are about to be ready. Now watch this. If I use this once, boom, they're ready. You can actually use the bellows to force it to be ready at some stages. Okay, so we want to smelt, and we want to smelt lumps of iron. What we'll do is we'll do lumps of iron from this one, and you'll see that we get a lump of iron, or 2 lumps of iron should I say. Now our smelting is increasing quite quickly. It's up at 10, and we've only done 3 actions so far. Now, the quality of this is 21. Because I'm not level 21, it's not giving me 21 quality iron back from it. It also matters with the tool that I'm using as well. Something else that you'll also notice is this is staying at 80. This is actually a frozen window now, whilst we actually smelt. So we're at level 30 smelting, which is good, because we need to get this to 60. It's imperative we get this to 60, because this will allow us to do armor smithing and forging. And in level 0, you can make a blacksmith's hammer. And I'll show you exactly how to do that. In the other furnace, we have 80 in here. I'm going to use 20 from this furnace to create 1 ingot and a few bars. And with those bars, I will make tools. With that ingot, I will make a blacksmith's hammer. A blacksmith's hammer is used for blacksmithing. Now, the one thing that we are missing from this though is an anvil and forge. An anvil and forge is what we need as well in order to craft better tools and weapons. And hopefully in this episode we'll be able to get one. It requires 8 iron ingots. 8 iron ingots and 1 mould of an anvil. As well as I believe it's 50 shaped rock, a billet, and clay, if I remember correctly, 20 clay. So what I'm going to do here is I am just going to stack these. Now, thank you to the person, I've totally forgotten your name, in my previous video who told me it was actually control and left click for stacking things. So if I can just find... Oh wait, no it wasn't. Not when I've got this window open. Let me just grab them back. When I've not got this window open, it's actually shift, I believe it is. No, it's definitely control left click. I'm all over the place today. It's a Friday, what can I say? I'm happy to be out of work today. Oh, it was good though. It was a good day at work. Any of you guys have a fun day at work today? I certainly did. It was good fun. I love my work. I work in a fishing shop. A fishing and hunting shop is where I work. That's awesome. But anyway, let's talk about the episode. So we're almost at level 60 smelting, which is good, which is very good. In fact, what I'll do is, see, instead of making the ingot and a few bars, I'll make 4 ingots. And we're almost there. We'll do one more just in case it's at 59.9. There we go. So if I close that and close that, right click this, we've still got 16 left. So what we'll do is we'll make a few bars. We'll make 4 bars. 4 bars in total. There's number 1. There's number 2. 3. And the 4th. And he automatically stops when there's no more iron to be used. Okay, so in this one, we want to smelt and we want to make ingots. So he will definitely give us 4 from this. There's number 1. It's quality 14. It's not amazing. It's not great. I understand that. It's okay though. Okay, so manage furnace. And what we'll do is we'll just turn that out. We'll just turn it off for just the now. And what we'll do is we'll turn this one off as well. This one, we will leave the 4 ingots in there. And we'll use this one to make the other 4. So before we do anything, let's just quickly put in what we have for the training dummy. So the 40 is ready there. So we need 10, right? So we need to craft simple rope. We need 10. So this will give us 10 straight away, because we have 100 plant fibre. There we go. There's our 10. Drag that across. Boom. Easy peasy. Okay, so now we need 13 more and 4 more boards. So we need 13 plant fibre. And I've just noticed it's getting dark again, which ain't so good. There's more plant fibre. We'll get this plant fibre rocking right now. The main thing that I'm happy about is the fact that we have our monument. The monument is what provides some form of security for me, especially when I have items on me. What I can do is I can quickly run up to my crates just over here, and I'll deposit those the lumps. The lumps can be used for crafting nails. Nails are quite important in this game. Right, yeah, so, oh, there we go. Control click. Just throw them all over. Okay, so we've got 13. We need, oh, how much did I say we need? Oh, there's a preparation. Get that out of my inventory. Ugly thing. Let's eat some food. Bam, eat some more food. We do have a lot of stone on us, so I'm just going to go drop that. Drop that down here. Yep, there's a big mound that I can just place it on. Whoa! So what happened there, guys, is the land is actually too high for it to drop the material on the ground. So it falls to the next level. So what did I say we need? We actually need more than that because simple cloth is 20 plant fibre. So we actually need 27 more plant fibre to get 40. So let's get that plant fibre because it's quite important we get this training dummy early on. I forgot that I also have my bars in my inventory just in case I get killed. Now remember what I told you in episode 3? That the heraldry will come through on your tabard. There you go. As I said, it comes through on your tabard really neatly. Some people can make some really nice, I mean it's limited in design and what you can place on it. You can have 2 emblems and a background colour, or 2 background colours, or I believe you can get 3 background colours. But some people can make some really nice heraldries in this game. Some of them, for example, are on the MMO and you can actually see them if you go to the Life is Feudal website. They're really cool. Right, we've got enough to make 2. So let's make 2. Bam, bam, there we go. Right, let's place them in here. Whoa, remember not to go up the steep section. Right, I'm just going to play in first person for a wee while here because it is getting quite dark and I'm losing track of where I actually am at sometimes. Let's see if we can get some boards out of this. 1, 2, there you go. That as well, I've also sped up sawing out boards because a lot of people were asking me why it was kind of slow, so I've actually sped it right up. So let's build this. There we go. Right, the first skill I'm going to get, and it's a basic skill, it's called Militia. I'm going to get this to 60. So what you can do is you can just punch it. There you go. Now, Militia levels up slowly. Military skills in the MMO are really slow to level up. But this is a good way of getting Militia, is just by punching. Or you can take out a weapon, for example a tool, and attack it. And you can see it's not going up very fast. That is because the MMO data basically restricts the amount of skills that you, or the amount of skill points that you can use when, when you attack it. You're not meant to really train on training dummies. They were actually seen as a kind of drawback. It was actually faster attacking players back in the normal version, and it still is. It probably still is better to attack players in the normal version. So for any of you guys who are new to this, it's all physics based combat. So there's no lock on. You can't just lock onto this. And you can see around when I do a little figure, a little circle figure, you can see all the arrows popping up for the directions that I can actually attack in. So if you aim upwards, you stab. If you aim downwards, you do an overhead, right, and left slash. So these are all slashing motions. And depending on which way that you actually hit your opponent can determine how much damage you do to him. In this game as well, if you get too close, you will hit with your handle. You'll actually do blunt damage to him. or to her, because there's both female and male characters in this game. There are a few different types of damage types. So the first one is slashing. That's your basic slashing. The next one is piercing. The next one is blunt. You can actually also do siege damage to this. Oh, we've actually destroyed our axe in the process of getting 30 militia. Now at 30 militia you can use a basic spear, but we don't have an anvil and forge yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spam this to the point where I've got 30 militia and I can use a spear. I can also use a war axe right now. If I go to my skills and I go to my footman, level 30, I can wear tier 1 scale armor and I can use a war axe, which is pretty good. Well, it's not pretty good actually, it's kind of trash. It's a trash weapon. But you can also do a type of damage with it called chopping damage. And chopping damage is a wee bit like slashing damage. Because with slashing damage, you can induce really heavy wounds. You can slash into the skin and cause a big gaping wound. With piercing, you can cause bleeding damage. Bleeding damage can essentially knock you out, which means the aggressor doesn't have to rely on killing you, he can just knock you out from blood loss. Which is sneaky and it's dirty, but it's a way of fighting and people do adopt it, and it's a good way of fighting, even though it's dirty and sneaky. Right, we've got level 30, so that will allow us to open up the way to spearmen. So at level 0 you can use a basic spear. A basic spear, as it says right there, you can do a swing which will do blunt damage, an overhead which will do blunt damage, or you can thrust it into your opponent and do a maximum of 50 piercing or a minimum of 10 piercing. Either way, it will cause bleeding and it will make them rather skittish. Veteran players who play this and they get hit by piercing weapons, they don't really care. They understand if they wear armor, they can mitigate it a wee bit. Armor does mitigate damage in this game, so that's another thing to take into account. So let's sow a few more billets here because we need more charcoal. And there you go, it's rapid, absolutely rapid. Look at that, that's nuts, isn't it? Right, we'll get 15. We'll open this up. We'll put the 15 in there and we'll boot it up. Okay, so let's boot it all the way to 1000. We'll leave it right there. Leave it to start cooking. And what we'll do is we'll move our dummy. We'll move him as well. We'll move him over here. We'll just place him here for just now. Again, with directional keys, click on the X or Y and then drag with your mouse. Easy peasy, huh? Really easy. I'm just putting it there because what will happen is if someone attacks me, at least I can filter through here and I've got something I can hide behind. Or I can use this as a way to kind of block his attacks and then push through and attack him. Or he can just do the smart thing and run around here and block me in. Either way. Either way. So we need to pick up a few bits more of iron. Now let's just get our shovel reattached because we need... Oh, not my fishing. Not my fishing. Not my fishing rod. My shovel. What we'll also do is we'll equip our hammer because we'll need an anvil and forge and we'll need somewhere to place it. It's imperative we get one of those. So what I'll do is hit F3, find out where I can build it. I can build it right here and that's where I'm going to build it because it's right beside the smithing, or at least the smelting stations. So we need to go to crafting, we need to go to forge and anvil. There we go, so 30 shaped rock, 20 clay, 100 billet and 1 anvil. Easy, right? That's what you think. Right, so build it here. Right there. There we go. So what we can do is while the charcoal is being made, we will use our new pickaxe, our brand new stupidly high quality pickaxe, and we'll hack away the walls right here. Dig a tunnel, we'll dig it forwards. Oops. Remember to stand in the right tile for this. So what we can do here is we can collect a whole bunch of rock, press P because we have our pickaxe equipped, right click, shape stones, and we go to shape rock. There we go, we can make a total of 8, I believe. No, yeah, 8. Right, 8. Oops. Don't worry about me putting these in here. Oh, I was wrong. We got a total of 9. So we need to do this another 2, 3, 4 times maybe? I could pray back, but it's not worth it. It's really not worth just praying back here. Oh, fall into my own mine. What I'll need to do with that as well is I'll need to reinforce it so it doesn't cave in on itself. And it'll allow me to keep picking out the iron. Now this episode's going to be just a wee bit longer because I want to show you guys me building this anvil and at least crafting a blacksmith hammer. So it might go over the 40-minute mark. I'll try and keep it under if I can. Right, so there's the 9. What we'll do as well is we'll go get the clay. Now it's probably not a good thing that I'm running out in the open, but what you can do is you can use this pickaxe to attack people, and because it's a hardened steel pickaxe, it will do just a little bit more damage than, for example, just an iron pickaxe would do, or it'll do a lot more damage than what a primitive pickaxe would do. So if I run over here, see, I've already got this place memorized. The clay is just here. There we go. Now usually I would look at the quality, but for right now I don't really care because I want to get this made. Oh, that as well, we also need to shape this. We need to mold, which means we need to get 2 water. So we need to go get some water as well. Because I'm going all the way over to the coastline, what I'll do is I'll pray back. Just to make it quick. Right, we'll run over and get some of this. So what you need as well to get the anvil is a shaped mould. And you get that through clay, as you just seen there. I'll show you in a second. What I'll do is I'll try and make it. I think it's only 20. So we'll get some. There's 2 water. Right click the clay mould. It's only 20. That's good. And there you go. There's your clay anvil mould. And what will happen is when we put this in with the ingots will melt into this, and it will form the shape of an anvil. Just like you would do when you're smithing anything else. You put it into sand, you make a recess of what you want to make, and then you forge it that way. Now, I'm not a professional, smith, but that's how I assume. Remember what I told you in episode 3? Load of charcoal. You can select that instead of constantly pulling them out, and it gives you 40 straight away. There you go. So you need 12 in total to get a load. There you go. Just produce that. So now that we've got more charcoal, we can finally boost this and start it up. What we'll do is we'll put 20 in there, and we'll put 24 in here along with the 30. Or along with the 10, sorry. And we'll pick up more iron. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Oops. Oh, we only need 80 really, don't we? Only need 80. Only need 80. There we go. So I can drop that 70 right here. I can drop that back here. We will need to make more though. We will need to make more iron. Okay, manage. 80. Fire it on. Get it all the way to 1,500. There we go. Easy peasy. Right, well that's been done. What I'm going to do is... Oh, what I can do as well. See this mould? Chuck it in here. Just chuck it in there. So we've got 64. We've actually got 36 left in terms of weight. So let me just take this out. So that only counts for 20. So these are only 5 each. So if I take that out, that should go to 59. Yep, I was right. They're only 5. That's good. That's excellent, actually. That's really good. That'll be able to fill out nicely. Okay. whilst that's all happening, let's build a few more storage containers. So create a few more crates. So crate, there we go, build that. Build it right, oh, I don't have my saw on me. Oopsies, that was a mistake. Where's the saw? There's the saw. Now when you go to make your blacksmith hammer, you will need an iron ingot and you will need a stick. So tell you what we'll do is we'll run around and see if we can find a high quality tree. And we'll gather off, I believe, a quality 60 branch if possible. Okay, so that's only 43. Let's inspect this maple right here. What we'll do as well, when I come off of this episode, see I didn't say series that time. When I come off of this this episode, I'll speed this up. There's a mature spruce, so we'll grab some nice branches from that. Now, again, I've increased the branch gathering speed as well, so it's super fast, as you can quite clearly see. I'm wondering, will I be able to get away with putting 20? I need to count this. So if I take 4 away from this, if I take 4 away from that, right, so that's 30. So I can put 4 more of those in there, so it means I can put 20 more iron in there, which is handy because I'll need to make a total of 9 of these ingots, because I need an ingot to make the blacksmith hammer, and I need the 4 that are currently being cooked in that furnace right there to make the anvil. So lower that ground. We'll get 20. We'll get a whole 20. So we got 30. That's fine. Just drop 10 off of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop that on the ground. Run that over here. Drop that into that furnace, and it leaves 20 open for the last 4 that we have here. Now we can go back to gathering rocks. I wonder if we can stand here and do it. Dig a tunnel downwards. Oh, if we can get this. Oh, there we go. That's good. That's perfect. That's perfect. Now let's just drop that. Whoa. Okay, that's perfect actually. That's a good number to actually work with here. So I'll do shaped rock, mass produce. We'll only get 7 from this. But it's okay, because with each one it reduces 10. Oh, never mind. Never mind, ignore me. Right, I just looked at the time there, and it's going to go over 40 minutes, so I apologise if it gets a wee bit boring at times, guys. But this is essentially how you have to play this game. Right, so 5 plus 2, 7, that's 16. So we're halfway there. Almost there, guys, almost there. Bear with me. Oh, I've just noticed I have the 40 clay on me. We could actually get rid of that. There we go. Do a wee bit of tunneling downwards. I won't get this. There we go. I knew that would happen. So we're going to get 8 from that, I believe, if I do my maths right. Yep, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Right, what we'll do is we'll build in the basic materials for this anvil and forge. Pop them in. Add resources. Okay, so we're missing 6, that's fine. We need 1 hardwood billet. I don't have my axe on me. Damn it. I hate it when it does that. You always forget a specific tool, or you forget that you've not got it on you. There we go, we don't need it to get more. Right. Where did I put that clay? Ah, there it is. There it is. Pick up that clay, get the rest of that into the anvil and forge. No, not flatten. Lower the ground. There we go, we've got it. Run it back up here. Boop. Hammer that in. So we've got 6 more to go and 1 anvil. That's good. That's handy. I said 4 more, didn't I? I said 4. Did I say 4? Oh god, it's just exposed a big... Ah, damn it. That will get us 3. I don't need 3, I kind of need 4. Right, we'll need to jump down here and just whack it here. There we go, we got 50 from that. So we've got 110 in our inventory. Oh, we don't need to carry all that. Come on, there we go. Drop the 30 right here. I can't be bothered carrying all that up here. Press P quickly before I lose my sanity with this whole hauling of resources. I will eventually need to build a cart or some form of wheeled object that will allow me to move everything. I think there's 3 or 4 that you can make. There's horse carts, there's trader carts. Oh no, it was 6. Nope. It was 6, wasn't it? I need 2. Oh, god damn it. I need 2 more. Sake. Totally passed my mind there. Give. So that gives us 50. I can get rid of that 20 in my inventory of the clay. Run it back over here. Have I got shoes on? Yeah, I've got shoes on. Wait, have I? Yeah, I do. I do have shoes on. Totally forgot I had shoes on. Right. Shape stones. Shape rock. Get the rest. Right, awesome. That's the rest done. Drop that crap out my inventory right now. Yup. There we go. There we go. Hey! Good. Check the manage this a wee bit. Oh! It's dropped a wee bit. That's fine though. Put a wee bit more charcoal into that. Right. What I'll do is I'll pause it right here, do a cool little transition. When I come back, I will have this filled with the ingots and the anvil being ready to make. Right, I'll be back in like a second. I'm going to do a cool transition. Woo! Alright guys, we are now filling up the the furnace with all of the materials needed for the anvil now. So this is going to take a wee bit of time, but it's okay because we've got everything we need. The anvils will heat up, the ingots will heat up. We've got 30 units of charcoal in here. We've got our clay form here, our clay mould. And we've got 20 iron here to make an additional iron ingot. So, I'm just going to store up. I've also made 2 of these little crates again. So I'm just going to store them up. So we're going to lift the object over here. Just drop it here. And what we'll do is we'll raise it and set it on top. So it's a little tower, eh? Get the other one. Need to lift it up. Drop it right now. Up you go. So we just have to wait now. It's just a waiting game whilst everything's being processed inside this furnace. So as you can see, everything's starting to heat up. Even the iron ore here. These are heating up a wee bit faster. You can't notice it. It's very unnoticeable. But this takes a wee bit longer than these to melt. So what we'll do in that time is we'll just build up a little bank of materials here. We also have to build 1 more of these crates. So let's get some more boards out of this. Okay, so no more boards out of that. We need to go cut down. Oh, that as well. We didn't replace our axe. Our axe is kind of gooned. Right. We'll just make a new axe. There we go. We can make 2. 1, 2. Okay. So, bam. Get that. Remove the hammer. No, actually remove the pickaxe. We don't need the pickaxe. We don't need that anymore. There we go. So let's cut down a tree. Oh, I forgot I cut down these earlier actually. So let's lift these. Let's move them over. That's a nice little view, isn't it? You've got the big monument. You've got a little shack. You've got furnaces being burnt. You've got Jester. Oh, that's scary, isn't it? Let's see if I toggle my HUD. Oh, that's scary. He's a scary boy. I'll just drop that there. We'll get some hardwood boards out of that. There's 5. Drop them in there. Build. Hey! Lift object. See if we can place this right on the very top, huh? If we can't, that's fine. Whoop. Drop it right there. There we go. Now it does look like it's floating. In fact, it is floating, as you can see. It's weird, isn't it? The collisions are a wee bit messed up. That's okay. That's fine. Let's double check our furnace. It's getting on quite well. It's pretty much a quarter of the way. So what do I need to do? I need to eat. I need to eat. That's what I need to do. Which one of these is my eating? See, the good thing about renaming these crates is I can rename them food crate or metal crate or anything that I can't seem to find. I can just name these things. I think it's the same with buildings as well. You can name buildings. If can I rename that? Yeah, I can rename it. I can actually rename this, so I'll just call it Feudal's Shit Shack. There we go, Feudal Shit Shack. So when somebody hovers over this, they'll see it's Feudal Shit Shack, and then when they come round here, they will see that it's Feudal Semi. Oh, I'm terrible. I'm awful. Right, I'm forcing this to make because I want to show you guys this. It's because it's a really cool. It's a cool building to have early game, especially when like primitive tools are all you know. This is a massive game changer. You know what we could do though, whilst we wait. Let me saw out some billets from this. Okay, so we're only going to get 2. Right click this. Craft a handle. There we go. Now, from this knife we can also craft small repair kits. Small repair kits can be used to obviously crafted to be used on buildings that are demolished or, no, not demolished, damaged, or for example, the furnaces, if these break, or if the kiln breaks, or even if the anvil and forge breaks, I can repair it and it will gain back some durability. Now you'll have to make a lot of small repair kits, especially if you don't have access to kind of leathers and ropes, which are part of larger and medium repair kits, which also do a better job of repairing the structure. You'll need to make a lot of them. You can also repair tools using small repair kits. We're also halfway through on that. Right, I don't like this. I don't like this being here. Cut down. Ah! Oh. Right, let's attach the good boy, the good shovel, the good words of the shovel, and let's uproot this. While I'm at it, I'll go uproot a few more as well because I don't like there being roots around this area. Where is all the stuff that I need to uproot? Right, so that's that done. That's flintstone. Is there any roots over here that I need to deal with? Doesn't seem like it. Nope, no roots. I'll go over here, see if there's any roots. Yup, oak tree roots and elm tree roots. Now, uprooting is an annoying task. And oh, I've just noticed that it really does in your stamina. What I'll do is I'll go away and fix that as well after this episode. And I'll lift you all the way back to camp. Come on, let's go. It's always handy to have a surplus of wood because you will eventually run out. Like, see all these trees around me? They'll be gone. They'll definitely be gone. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee I will use the majority of these trees for a lot of things. Buildings, weapons, tools. A lot of things. I will need to use a lot of wood for this. Now, what can I do from here? Let's just double check our skills. So, we need to leave 60 for forging, so we've definitely got that covered. Hunting, animal lore. I think I might trade with the surrounding neighbours that I have. If they're nice to me, I'll trade with them. If not, I'll trade with you PvE guys on the islands. I'll visit you. And I'll even do that on the episodes. I'll come and visit you whilst you guys are actually online. And I'll come trade with you. So it's almost approaching midnight, I believe. Which means everything's going to get super dark. Okay, so we're almost there. We're almost done in terms of it. In terms of actually smelting all that. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode so far. I know it's been a quite lengthy one. I understand that... Wait, is that actually a fire over there? I've not got my claim toggled on. I think that's a fire way over in the distance there. You see just above my marker there's another white dot. If I bring it down here, see just above that? I think that's a fire. I think somebody's house is on fire over there. Might be worth going checking that out as soon as I get a weapon or something like that. Might be worth going over and having a wee nosy, see what's going on, see why their houses are on fire. Because that is definitely a PvP island over there. These 4 big islands here and this central island right here are all PvP islands. This is a PvE island. You can't touch the people on there. But yeah, that's part of the PvP island, which makes me slightly worried if their houses are on fire. It might be because they've neglected their houses and they're not looking after them. It could be because somebody ran around with a torch and set it alight. You can do that. You can craft a torch and run up to somebody's house that's not within a claim or a private claim and hit it, and it will actually destroy the house. It will set it on fire at one point. As soon as you get it down to 50% durability, it will catch fire, and it's not a pretty sight, and it's not exactly nice on the ears either. It's actually quite loud. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. We're so close. It's within reaching distance. I just want it to be done because it's the only thing we need for this to be done, and we can now craft a whole bunch of metal tools and weapons. Oh, I want it. Come on, give me it, please. Can we do it? We can do it. We can do it. Oh yeah. Here we go. 1 anvil. And 1 ingot, please. Thank you. Produce that. Boom. There we go. Turn that out. Give me 11 of those, please. Or 12, I don't care. Or 10. Right. Let's build it. Let's build it. Let's build it, build it, build it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't want to rename it. Manage the furnace. Drop that charcoal in there. Light it on. Right click. Is my primitive hammer attached? It is. Right click. Forge. Metal tools. Give me that blacksmith hammer. That's a cool little animation you go into. And there we go. There we go. I mean, it's a 4 quality hammer, but that will do for right now. That will do. That's perfectly fine. Oh, this is good. This is brilliant. Where's all those things that I made? Where is it? Come on, where are they? Where are they? Are they in the bottom one? Yes, they're in the bottom one. Gimme, 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 gimme. Right. Now you can right click, forge, metal tools, nails. We can make a lot. Use regional resources instead of simple ones to create regional item. Yeah, that goes without saying. Forging has increased to 15. Oh yeah! Forging's up at 20. We're gonna be able to get ourselves some... Ooh, we're gonna get ourselves a weapon! Forging's up at 30. Come on. Can we go a wee bit higher? What I'll do is I'll just make them all nails, right? Ooh. This is great. This is fantastic. Ooh. Forging's up at 40. That's really good. Okay, we're not going to get to 60, but that's perfectly fine. Right. What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? We need a hardwood billet. We've got two. Forge. Weapons. There we go. Let's get a basic spear, eh? Oh, I need my bars. No, they're in the bottom one. Ah, no, they're in the bottom one. There we go. Give. Right, let me just check something here. Forge. Weapons. That's a battle axe. I don't have what it takes to make a battle axe right now. I can make a war axe though. How much does a war axe cost? War axe. It's cheap. It's super cheap. We're going to make an axe. And we're going to make a spear. There we go. We're kitted out, boys. We're totally kitted out. There we go. Oh, trust me, it's always fun smelting and crafting. It's a great thing to be doing in this game. Right. Equip. There's our spear. Oh yeah. Stabby. Get the axe out. Choppy. Okay. So, this is where we end the episode. This is definitely where we're going to end the episode. We're kitted out. We've got an axe. We've got our spear. And we've got our forge. Oh yeah. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I understand it's a wee bit lengthy today because I wanted to show you the fact that you can get these things quite early on in the game. So guys, if you did enjoy this episode, leave a big thumbs up. It tells me guys you're enjoying the series. The last episodes have been getting a great reception. I thank you guys for all the support. It's been great. I've been having a bunch of fun and it's only just beginning. If you've been enjoying this series that much, consider subscribing and ringing the little bell. You'll stay up to date with all the series episodes as well as any other videos that I decide to put out. So guys, from myself, my sexy spear, my choppy axe, and my brand new forge, and my training dummy, I'm Mr. Feudal. I'll see y'all later.